3 for 3. Where the truth hurts. Let's get it to the knife throwing expert. I did ask you though what they're doing, and you said knife throwing.
I said throwing.
You got to check out our Patreon, guys. $5
I said it's so deadpan too. I was just like,
this one might be a $25 one because this one got a little crazy.
It did get a little crazy. That act I thought was.
Oh no!
Here it is. Is it good enough to be passed? Absolutely. But all that measuring that the guys do, it's basically guaranteeing that the thing is going to go where they want it to go, which means how close are they really getting it to each other? You know, it's easy for me to say because I'm not there. I'm sure if I was standing there like Simon and the thing was, I could hear the thing whizzing by, and it was cutting the whiskers off my nose or whatever, like, sure. But like, honestly, their thing presentationally is really great. The idea is really great. I'm sure if you're watching that live, it's incredibly riveting. I will say that I was not riveted, but I do think it should get passed on.
Okay, so you're passing it on. This is not a winning act. Knife throwing never wins. And they just did America's Got Talent, the freaking extreme. So I think people have had enough extreme. So anyone that comes in with an extreme act, you came in the wrong year, folks. It's a good point, but leave it to me to say it in a cocky asshole way. But we'd love to hear from these knife throwing brothers. Knife spelled N-I-F-E.
You know what's even scarier than the fact that you spelled knife N-I-F-E is the fact that YouTube knows that you are such a bad speller.
No way. No way.
Here it is.
No. Because
So, like you said, though, 3 good acts in a row, but the weakest of the 3, by my estimate.
I agree, but I probably spelled knife that way before. That's how they know. Okay, enough about that. We want to hear from the knife throwing brothers. I thought you guys were amazing, and you deserve a lot more credit. I'd like to you to get him. Would you stand there and let them throw nice? Yeah. Oh yeah. Would you be the girl?
I'll tell you what the scariest thing that I've ever experienced that was similar to that.
Okay.
Was when I was a kid. We're living in Texas. I was a very good baseball player. I was only like 6, 7, 8, but very good. So you had a chance, if you're on the winning team of this league, to meet the Astros. And so we got to meet the Astros. And the Astros at the time, their 2 big pitchers were Nolan Ryan and J.R. Richards. J.R. Richards was like the hot shot, like black pitcher, super strong arm. Like him and Nolan Ryan were seen as like, oh, this is going to be the greatest 1-2 combination, you know, because blah, blah, blah. They both have really strong arms, blah, blah, blah. And so, you know, they showed J.R. Richards sort of warming up, throwing these pitches, right? And he was a guy who could throw in the upper 90s. But, you know, he's just throwing, and of course we're kids, so we're all, whoa, whoa. And they're like, who wants to stand in the box while J.R. Richards?
No way.
And none of the kids would do it. They were too scared. And I'm so dumb that I went, yes, and I want to see how fast he can throw. So I guess he really liked that. So he threw, it was probably, I mean, it's my little kid memory, but it's probably a slider because that thing looked like it was coming right at me. But I just closed my eyes and swung. Now I didn't hit it, but the fact that I took a cut at it impressed him so much that he was just like, he's like, who's your favorite player? And I go, oh, it's J.R. Richards. And he goes, oh, cool. Who's your second favorite player? And I went, Nolan Ryan. And so he got Nolan out, and I got to take a pitch by Nolan Ryan.
No way. That's my
But
favorite
he was saving his
pitcher
arm because
ever.
he was actually pitching that night. So he was saving his arm. He didn't want to throw hard.
He
But
shouldn't have thrown it
Richards threw
all.
hard. I would say, by my untrammeled little kid estimation, that he threw pretty close to 90, if not 90. And I mean, to hear that ball and to see it initially come towards me and then curve into the strike zone was like, it was mind blowing.
I mean, for you to even come close is incredible. You should.
The fact that I took a cut and I didn't pee on myself.
Yes.
Was amazing.
That's a great story. Nolan Ryan is my favorite pitcher ever because that's back. They didn't have pitch limits. He would pitch, he would go 100, 200 pitches in a game and go the whole game, like, and never get hurt. And
he was my father's favorite. And my father wasn't really into collecting stuff and that kind of thing. But I found a picture of Nolan Ryan holding Robin Ventura's head and punching it. And I got Nolan Ryan to sign it, and I actually got Robin Ventura to sign it. He said, "I don't sign this picture." And I'm like, it's for my dad, and it's one of the greatest moments that he just loves. He loves that you guys fought, and he went, "All right, please sign it." So I gave that to my dad as a present, signed picture with Nolan Ryan and Robin Ventura getting his head beat in by Nolan Ryan.
That's a fucking picture. And no, Robin does not sign that. He hates that moment because they played that in the Texas Rangers starting the highlight reel. But when Robin Ventura was the White Sox manager, to be nice, they took it out.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a great. Do you know the story behind that whole thing? Like the history leading up to it and all that?
No, I thought Robin just got pissed.
Right. Robin got pissed and charged him out. But the reason Nolan Ryan was so ready for him was because apparently years and years before, like when Nolan Ryan was he was a rookie or something similar happened and he froze up. And so the guy actually punched him. And Nolan Ryan said, "I vowed if anybody ever charged the mound," he was like, "I actually practiced what I was going to do. I would," because he's like, guys always throw a punch. So he's like, "I would lock up his arm and then grab him in a headlock and just beat his face in."
That's exactly
he's like, "I said, if anybody ever charges the mound," he's like, and I would tell everybody on my team that if anybody charges on the mound, let it happen. So I'm gonna beat that guy's ass, and I'm gonna be a legend.
Nolan was like 42 then.
To poor Robin Ventura,
who was like 22, 24.
Yeah, he was young, and he was a stud, right?
Yes, and the freaking Nolan Ryan was like 42.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking amazing. Great story.
But he was ready for him.
He was ready, baby. All right, and we're gonna be ready for the next act. Can they go 4 for 4? There's going to be
prediction.
No.
Do they go 4 for 4?
No, it's going to be something.
You are so cynical. I say yes.
Well, I want to say yes, but I want to.
But you always say no, and that's why we don't have more Patreon subscribers.
Can I change my vote?
You can always change your vote.
I say yes.
Then I say no.
What?
Brett's always wrong.
All right. Well, we'll see.